might. Field or power?
Wow, what happened there? Was that a restart?
No. I don't think that's a restart. That might be Mike Power. We'll find out officially, but Matt Field continues through the course, and that's exactly what he needs to do. He's in that lead position. He should have parked it. Look at that. I mean, Matt Field, the Forge Star wheels go round with the Falcon tires wrapped around him. Nice job there.
That's a high-level run, Jared.
Never called anything, but hey, you know what? Let's lay out here. Let's listen to the Falcon Tires Drift Cave Corvette of Matt Field with his solo bye run. Do Royal Purple Proud, the official oil of Formula Drift. Matt Field with a nasty snap. Snap into it like a Slim Jim. That a boy. Matt Field goes back, taps the bumper. He did it. That's the run you were looking for.
Wow.
1, 2, 3. Outside zones. Dylan Hughes pushes. Great driving there by Dylan, and Matt Field up his rear end here.
Yeah,
watch this. Matt Field initiates in tow of Dylan Hughes. Dylan, okay, keeps it off the wall, pretty good distance. Dylan Hughes gets a little deep. Now let's see how he handles the final outside zone. Dylan Hughes, now he's stepping up. We talk about that X factor, can they bring it?
Wow.
Matt Field really close. What I tell you, I think it's, here is Matt Field, Frederick Osbo. This should be another exciting one here, Lontaine. Matt Field, nasty initiation, a wide swing, coming in hot, gets all the way out there. You asked for it. Oh, boy. Whoa! A massive hit by Matt Field. Let's make sure he's okay. A big hit by his hands out the window. Round of applause for Matt Field.
He just didn't give me room to transition. I think he was a little bit worried about our speed and our performance throughout the whole weekend, so he was being as aggressive as he possibly could. I would have done the same thing, but yeah, it's definitely upsetting, especially in a position like that. Like, you got to make room to transition. Everyone knows that. But again, we're all pushing it hard. He wanted to win, I wanted to win, but it is a bit of a bummer that I literally got one battle all weekend. And winding up on the podium, great start of the year, but my frame rails are like that, so thanks, Frederick.
It's fine. He can come after me. Here we go, Matt Field, the head caveman coming down the hill. Let's slam it in there. The beast from the bay. Yves Meyer dances in dirt a little bit, throws it up. There you go, Yves Meyer feeling relaxed and feeling the pressure as Matt Field. You can see him some shimmying there in the back in that second outside zone too. So it looks like now Matt goes into the dirt, the dust.
Oh, no.
And nosing on into that inside clip. We're gonna have to run that one back. Was Yves getting a little too aggressive? Whew. Did Matt hold up? But
Matt Field just can't avoid getting hit.
he will have some time to get his hands back on the car if he does advance on. But here we go, Yves Meyer out front. He initiates, throws it into that first inside clip, takes it along with him, takes himself a little souvenir from here in Atlanta as Yves Meyer now comes in the second outside zone. Matt Field gets into it as well. And Yves Meyer looks tidy, looks clean, looks like he's putting the car in the right place. But I got to think that this is too little, too late for Yves Meyer after that incident. Presented by Type S. Lights extinguish. And I was going to say, it did look like he jumped it slightly, just barely so slightly. So Matt Field just back it up. So again, the chase car can jump the light. Looks like Matt Field jumped it just barely before it extinguished. But it was a nanosecond. So just hold.
You can't fool Matt Sopa.
Well, Matt Sopa on a Ropa, dude. He keeps it clean, man. That's what he does.
Eagle Eye Sopa up there. He will catch you early, late, hit a cone, boom, lights on.
And there we go. Now we got a clean start. Make sure he doesn't hit a cone. Just one strike against Field, and now we got a clean start. Come on, Matt Field, Alec Robbins. Send it, boys. Matt Field coming to that first inside clip. Alec Robbins. Do you see how he paints? Oh, wow, a big rotation there. Alec Robbins got a little thrown off, but Matt Field, whoa, Robbins overshoots. Robbins goes way off course. I can't say I've ever seen anybody go that far off on that side of the course. Yeah, that was sensational. I want to back that. I was a deficit here for Alec Robbins. And here we go. Robbins out front, Field in the chase position. See him initiate right there into that front clip now. Robbins really needs to put down a gangster run, and ideally he needs to have Matt Field make a mistake. You have to think about how big a mistake that was for Robbins going off course. It'd essentially be an incomplete if it was qualifying. Oh, and then Robbins goes off again. Oof. The plot thickens. Down to 8 now, then eventually top 4. Here we go, our first battle of the Link ECU, grade 8. Matt Field, wow, working all his way to the other side. Big, nasty initiation here. Woo, going for it. Absolutely insane entry there from Matt Field. Now coming into that second outside zone. Jeff Jones taking that shallower line. Whoa, Jeff Jones, JJ, look at that. Dynamite, look at that. Well done by Jeff Jones in that final clip. Through the start chicane, we got a clean start. Jeff Jones, straight line approach. Field initiates way early. Wow, parts flying off once again. And Matt Field, interesting, what is going on there? Don't know if that was Field being aggressive or Jones. And Field, look at that. Something might have happened to Matt's car. Or did he get thrown off from the beginning?
Yeah,
definitely going to run that back.
I think he got thrown off in initiation. You could see that he was on the inside there.
Top 4 here at Road Atlanta. Come through the start chicane. No problem. Got a clean start from Matt Field. Coming down the hill. Let's see how they handle this. Both of them initiating almost identically into that front clip. Wow, look at Matt Field pulling away from Forsberg. Did not expect that, but now look at turn on that smoke machine. Comes in to the first and second outside zone. Forsberg knocking over that inside clip, now exiting out of the horseshoe. Past that final front clip and bringing on up the hill. Man, tragic fashion. Here we go, Forsberg out front, NOS Energy Drink, Nissan, Z, Matt Field giving chase. Initiating, big angle there from Forsberg coming to that front clip. Matt Field taking out that front clip, now coming in up the hill. In that first outside zone, now coming to the second outside zone. Both of them getting all the way out there. Look at Matt Field. Oh, and look, did Matt Field breaking down. Oh, no. Oh, man, Matt Field transitions out of the horseshoe.
I mean, I don't think it was the engine because it was still running.
Well, Chris Forsberg gets the win. He's going to the finals. Matt Field, Rome Charpentier. Matt Field, Falcon tires, drip cave, Boyle exhaust, Corvette. The Ford Star wheels go around, the Falcon tires get lit up. Sticking it to the wall. Now here comes Rome Charpentier. It's been very aggressive lately, but how is the wet going to be handled? Rome Charpentier, no big deal for Rome. Looks like Matt tries to find that crease and he sets it. You can see Rome Charpentier, the garage stick, BMW. See what they got here. Rome Charpentier initiating, nice job initiation. But what's he got now? We will see. Now coming down, slamming down in that flat portion of the track. Oh, doctor! Matt Field narrowly escapes contact. Matt Field at good proximity, but unfortunately the Rome spinning out.
So what I was saying earlier, Jared, about Rome being really calm and collected, being on the same line, the same angle.
D.io. Matt Field initiates, Dean Kearney's car. Let's see it. Look at him. Goes right to the side. That black shadow of a Dodge Viper. A little bit lower on the bank for Dean Kearney. Past that inside clip. Dean just barely nudges it over. Past the second inside clip. Shreds it till he jets it. And those next tires keeping up with the Falcons.
That Viper was hungry.
Dean Kearney swings across the nose of that Corvette. Dean Kearney puts some more angle into it. Matt Field slides to the door of Carnage. That Viper nose slams down to fire from that side exhaust. And now to that second outside zone. Bringing it all the way through. Again, it feels like years ago that first portion of that battle happened. So it definitely, see right here, these guys are chomping at the bit. Denofa initiates, Field right there, working it to the wall. From the windows to the wall, to the doors, sparking. Look at the angle from Field to the chase, and contact was made.
Looks like
Matt Field out front, Chelsea Denofa in the chase position. Matt Field, slingshot at the gate. Matt sticks it to the wall. Chelsea Denofa back quite a bit. But this might be strategy-wise. He might know who's at fault. Backs off just a little bit, now coming into that second inside clip. Matt Field knows. And Chelsea Denofa powers on through.
No way!
We'll lead. Let's not hit any cones. Let's get a good start. Here we go. We got an all-wet run. Denofa and Field. Denofa initiates high on the bank. Field, look at that. I mean, they are just magnetized to each other.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, and both of them spin. Don't know if there's contact running up. Now, he knows he needs to be right. Oh, and he impedes. Ryan, that
was contact.
That was contact.
But if they're both going for it.
But if they're going for it, they're going for it. Matt Field continues through the course. Now coming down into the splash zone. And there we go, Chelsea loops it. So if Matt Field continues on through the course, Matt Field will be getting the win. And it looks like Matt Field keeps his composure. Even after that contact, it looked like Chelsea got his way. And Matt Field unofficially moving on. Again, it's Matt Field. Dylan Hughes is leading, Matt Field's giving chase. Dylan Hughes comes down, we're losing bumpers. Dylan Hughes gives a little twitchy. Matt Field jumps to the side of him. We keep on partying, boys. Dylan Hughes, more angle, and Matt Field spins. Dylan Hughes keeps continuing on. And Dylan Hughes is Aquaman. As, again, don't know where his trident is, but well done. The Bay out front against the dozer that is King Neptune right now, harnessing the water energy. Matt Field up on the bank. Look at that, still not backing down. I said play it smart, but still being aggressive. Matt Field now coming down the bank, splashing down into that first interclip. Some brace speed tap. That is a decel zone. That is allowed. That is to be expected. Now into that second inside clip. Matt Field goes into the crease. If Dylan Hughes keeps it settled, the dozer will be going to the finals. And it looks like Dylan Hughes will be getting the win. Matt Field coming into that first outside zone. Mike Power, and he knows his course. He wants to throw down. Matt Field using all of it. He punts that cone out of the way, and Mike Power goes. And of course, he hits Matt Field. Dude, like, Matt the Pinata, and here comes Mike Power into that first outside zone. Matt Field initiates. There comes Mike Power into that second outside zone. Now, I have to think that, you know, given the confidence level of Matt Field, and he knows he has an advantage, I don't think he's going to try to stick it to the door of Mike Power, and that's saying a lot because Matt Field traditionally is a no-holds-barred kind of driver, and I think that's going to be the case here, and unfortunately for New York zone, Mike
guy
Power,
that went into the wall.
Yeah, Matt Field. Here goes Matt Field. Falcon Tires goes off course. The Borla Drift Cave Corvette. Now into that second outside zone. Ryan Litteral, first time top 16 this year in that power stomp. GT Radel S15. Matt Field now into that final outside zone. He was talking about thrashing. Quickly looking at his social media, his team thrashing 16. Ryan Litteral through that start chicane. Kicking off the second run. Ryan Litteral enters into that first outside zone. Coming now as the sun sets. Ryan Litteral rises to the occasion. Filling all that second outside zone, but not shaking Matt Field. Let's see how they transition into that final outside zone. Litteral goes in, Matt Field drops into formation. Good job by Ryan Litteral out front. Great to see Litteral. But you saw Litteral look down in the mirror. Yeah. Here comes Ken Gushi out of the gate. See if he can better that initiation he just had against Stuckey. Unfortunately, a botched initiation. Now very dialed right now is Ken Gushi. That Monty's. Ken Gushi Motorsports, Toyota GR86. On Nexon tires now coming into that final outside zone. Gushi. Field cannot be shaken and cross that finish line. Straight forward. Not a clean start. The smoke is definitely lingering here in this Coliseum. Matt Field in that first outside zone. Putting it where it should be. Oh boy, Gushi flirting with the contact. But but no, it does not. Past that inside clip, Gushi is the red shadow. Oh, and he dives in and grips up just a bit too much. Oh, you lost something, bro. Your door? Charpentier. Got that Manji entry once again into that first outside zone, not phased. He took down one Falcon vehicle, can he take down another? And look at that, oh, Matt Field applying the pressure. Those yellow headlights are in his rearview mirror, but Charpentier not affected, and oh, looks like Matt Field potentially bowling him kind of out of the way right there. Want to get that overhead shot and see what transpired in that final outside zone. Charpentier, Field now leads. He's gonna throw down a gangster one. Filling all of that first outside zone, now transitioning into the second. Look at that, drawing the line. And Rome is right there. Watch that front clip, right past it. Oh, Field comes blazing into it. Digs deep, Rome a little bit off, but again, that overhead view. Look at the tiger stripes on Field's door. Rome Charpentier out front, garageistic BMW. Gets all the way out there, draws that line. Field gets into formation, gets into that pocket. And that's something that he was lacking a little bit on that first battle, but now he seems to find that secret sauce. And now transitions past into that final outside zone. A little hesitation, but just barely let him get past. Love to see that overhead shots. Let's see how that landed. Swing shots out of the start chicane. Flicks it in nastily into that first outside zone. Now into that second outside zone. Dialing in, look at Rome inching closer and closer to Matt Field. Pretty tit for tat compared to that first run. Have to see that angle. You talked about the nuances there, Ryan. How are they gonna handle that last and final outside zone? Rem said he's having fun. Matt Field, look at that. Deep is Rome Charpentier. Oh my gosh. Wow. Ryan, I mean, look at Reeder. He's in right. Look at this. Rome Charpentier's going to the finals. But right now, the task at hand, Field and Mohan. The beast of the Bay. Woo! Almost shots fired across the nose. Now coming to that first outside zone. Here comes Matt Field into that second outside zone. Bathing in that smoke once again is Kyle the Menace Mohan in the second outside zone. Now going to the third. Let's feel the flow. And that Corvette, the Falcon tires go round, wraps around those Forge Star wheels into that final outside zone. Momo suited and booted and crossing that finish line. The move will really shake up that points leaderboard. Through that start chicane, no problem. And Matt Field in that chase position does hit a cone, but you are allowed to do that in that chase position. Now Mohan into that first outside zone. Now coming to the second outside zone, you can see Matt Field, whoa, almost gets to the side to him, but just does dial it back a little bit, doesn't burn the cake. And now coming into that final outside zone. Ooh, looks like Mohan does exceed it, but just barely by one of those tires, so not a big deal. So Kazuya Taguchi. Now let's go on to the head Drift Cave man. This is the Drift Cave boss, Matt Field, piloting his Falcon tires, boiler exhaust Corvette. Jeff Jones trying to give a run for his money, but unfortunately Evil Auto Works Nissan 370Z does spin out, and Matt Field continues on into that final outside zone. And Jeff Jones still pushes, but he knows he spun out. Here we go. So Jeff Jones out front, Matt Field in that chase position. Look at that. And Jeff Jones barely dipping that back right tire, and Matt Field getting aggressive in that chase position. Man, he was absolutely just buried in that smoke. Now coming through that final outside zone. Jeff Jones' car producing so much smoke. Just his wheel speed just cranking it out. Looks like he stopped by the Spirit store and grabbed his Field out front. Leading and initiating into that first outside zone, Nick Noback initiating almost simultaneously. Let's see how they handle that second outside zone. Nick Noback, you see him just sliding on in next to that Falcon Tires Corvette, and Matt Field pulling away now into that final outside zone. Field and Noback. Field going a bit deeper there than Noback, and that to continue his success, get on the box again. And of course, try to get that top spot. Nick Noback in that first outside zone. He's got the proximity. Field in the chase position. Now into that second outside zone. Good proximity by Field. Noback just a bit short. And now into that third. And now into the final outside zone. Good job by Noback. You can see Field proximity almost right in that Falcon tire. The lights are going on. Let's send it. Let's get hyped, St. Louis. Maybe we'll start a wave if you guys get hyped. Here after the first portion of this battle. Kazuya Taguchi initiates. Matt Field right there, tucking into that GT radial smoke. The Falcon tires being kicked off at the back end of that Corvette. Great angle from Kazuya Taguchi. Matt Field, good proximity. We'd love to see him mimic that angle. Look at Kazuya Taguchi. What switch did he hit? Oh, as he taps that wall, but he continues on. And Matt Field bangs doors. Yes, sir. Make some noise. St. Louis. That was sick. Look at that. Tapped the wall, but he stayed in it. Matt Field and Kazuya Taguchi. That Falcon Tires Corvette initiates that first outside zone. Kazuya Taguchi up garage, ISR Performance. 86 now into. Oh, big angle there from Matt Field. But Kazuya Taguchi holds that proximity, holds back, tempers the flame. Going into that final outside zone, goes back. Oh, Kazuya Taguchi, contact. You saw that correction and kind of go towards him, but Matt Field stays in it. Man, that outside zone 4 is playing spoiler in these guys' minds. What just happened? You saw him like whoop, just straighten out and then beeline. Matt Field, who's going against Ryan Turk in the finals. Kazuya Taguchi up garage, ISR Performance, Toyota 86, coming to that first outside zone. Wow, Matt Field right there, mimicking with that teal and blue shadow. Has to back off just a little bit. That might be a wise approach. Oh, he gets into that. Oh man, gets in that berm and that rumble strip quite a bit. That is a rumble mountain. In coming into that, and now into that final outside zone. Oh boy. Well, gets into the chain link. Oh boy. Third place. Let's send it. Here we go. The second half of this battle. Matt Field now at front. Kazuya Taguchi in the chase position. You see that thing with a little Elvis Presley lip snarl there. Now coming to that second outside zone. Kazuya Taguchi. He almost gets up under the rumble strip into that second outside zone. Kazuya Taguchi goes deeper, but he doesn't need to mimic that line of Matt Field. Look at Kazuya Taguchi dropping back quite a bit. Now Matt Field, he's putting the car in all the right places. I'm telling you right now, look at that. Right just outside of the outside zone. But is that enough to offset that contact? Taguchi or Field, and Kazuya Taguchi is going to the finals. Teal blue Falcon tire. What do we got, boys? Matt Field throws it into that first big outside zone. Odie Backchis looks like he's kind of pedaling back a little bit. Oh, now he jumps up. Odie Backchis right there on the door. Matt Field. These guys have had a lot of fun on course, but now it's all about the points and the finish. Odie Backchis transitions. Oh, man. You can see that going to that third outside zone. Odie Backchis didn't get as deep as Matt Field. You can see him trying to surge that attack. Getting right next to him. Oh, Doctor, come on. This is a huge battle right here. And that's what we expect. Blood. I mean, he's going for the kill right now. Here we go. Odie Backchis initiates. Here comes Matt Field. Looks like a very similar lines. Watch how he gains proximity. Now, how's he going to handle it? Going to the power alley. Odie Backchis out front. Do we have contact?
That was
there?
a hit.
Houston, do we have a problem? Out to outside zone 3. You can see Matt Field. He pedaled back. He didn't take that big risk there. Looks like, again, composure. He knows he might have a little bit of an advantage. I want to, you gave me a little O over here. Seattle going down between the frenemies. Matt Field, strong initiation. The 4-star white wheel standing out like a sore thumb. Oh man, Odie Backchis getting in the door of him. Now coming into that power alley. Odie gains that composure, nice job. Didn't risk it as big as he did on that first run. Now into that tight inside clip. Coming in the last outside zone. Field and Backchis, this is what you expected here with this one more time battle. Got to finish strong all the way through. He knows what he needs to do. Here we go. Odie Backchis initiates big angle, and there you ask, he shall receive. And Matt Field does have the proximity now. You can see he kicks out a little bit more to mimic that angle. Now into the power alley, Matt Field drops back. Ooh, he comes up a bit short there. Big implications here. Our current points leader fighting for it against Odie Backchis, his frenemy. Did Odie Backchis just defeat Matt Field, or did he stand strong? At Falcon Tires Drift Cave. Borla exhaust, Corvette. Ooh, look at Justin Pollock get right quickly to the door. An all-American battle, Corvette versus Mustang. Now into that power alley, Justin Pollock applying the pressure to our current points leader, saying, yeah, I can be up there too. Both of them with the white wheel standing out, talking about that earlier. And now in that final outside zone. Wow. Echoing through the Pacific Northwest. And here we go, Justin Pollock initiates. Aggressive initiation, look at the massive angle from Justin Pollock. Has to take a little out of it, but absolutely flying through the bank. Justin Pollock, quick little correction, massaging it into that second outside zone. Big angle from Pollock. Massive counter steer here from Pollock, and Matt Field sticks it to that back right versus Hughes. See how we go into that first outside zone. Matt Field, big angle from him. Keeping it precise, good proximity by Dylan Hughes. Needs to mimic the angle a little bit more concise now in that third outside zone. There goes Hughes diving in on the side of Matt Field. Now transitioning into that final outside zone, working on it. Oh, look at Hughes going deep there. That overhead view, he's got the lead. Dylan Hughes, oh, buddy! Wow, Matt Field flirting with the side of that BMW, the Royal Purple Riley Autosports Falcon Tires BMW. Now coming into that power rally, how is Matt Field going to handle this? Into that third outside zone. You can see Field dropping a formation. Big angle there from Dylan Hughes. Coming to that final outside zone. Hughes and Field. Wow. Here we go. Stop. Matt Field. That Falcon Tire Corvette into that first outside zone. Dylan Hughes right there, the dozer. Pushing the beast in the bay into that second outside zone. Through that power alley, good transition from Field and Hughes. And past that inside clip, great transition. And now, oh my goodness! The composure of Hughes right there. That was so well done.
In their respective criteria.
Dylan Hughes, Matt Field, let's see how they handle this. The Falcon tires wrapped around those Forge Star wheels for both the drivers. Dylan Hughes, this is his home track, Evergreen Speedway. And he wants to get the win here, but Matt Field has not got a win this year. Here he goes, transition to outside zone 3. Fairly similar to what Dylan Hughes did in that chase position at first glance. Now transitioning, Matt Field drops in formation. Whoa, yo! Gets the jump. Another one more time battle. Shimmy shake into that big outside zone. We've seen some amazing driving so far. And look at that, the Vortex Supercharged Corvette of Matt Field comes on in. This is Dylan Hughes' house. He grew up cutting his teeth here and burning up tires. That sun coming into play, shining a light on him. It's that final outside zone. And Dylan Hughes gets into formation, gets deep, the 129. And a machine versus the track. Here we go, Dylan Hughes. Whoa! Matt Field jumps to the side of, oh no! Matt Field spins and Dylan Hughes continues on. He does need to continue. And if he finishes it out, Dylan Hughes is going to the final 4. Comes around, oh, buddy. Ryan, the question lies here, why does he spin? And I have an idea. Looks like a clean start. Here we go, Matt Field, Dan Burkett in the Type S top 4. Matt Field, our current points leader, going to Dan Burkett in his best finish. Can he better it even now here in Seattle? Matt Field has second outside zone, now coming into the third. Both of them fairly equally matched right now. Again, the Super chasing down the Beast of the Bay, Rad Dan. And guess what? Dan Burkett was talking about that. He says, you know what? Matt helped me out. All right, so Dan Burkett out front, Rad Industries, Gear Wrench, Toyota Supra, GT Radials initiates. Matt Field right there, chasing him down into that big outside zone. Matt Field trying to get the victory, but Dan Burkett delivering into that third outside zone. Lick the stamp and send it, baby. As Dan Burkett brings it into that final outside zone, and Matt Field, he's right there. Do we have a Matt Field here in the finals? Battle in Seattle. Chelsea Denofa, big angle here. Massive angle. Matt Field trying to catch up. About a car length back. Big smoke coming out those middle tires. Matt Field applying the pressure in that second outside zone. The purple Type S lights. Matt Field narrowly gets past. Was there contact? Yes, once, twice, 3 times for sure. Finishing out that run. Chelsea Denofa, Matt Field. You asked for it, you got it. You paid for the whole seat, but you only used the edge, baby! Again, Matt Field with that deficit, the Beast of the Bear, current points leader, has yet to win a round of competition, but still has the points lead. Chelsea Denofa, a couple more outside zones to get the win that he has so wanted this year. Matt Field fills out outside zone 3. Chelsea Denofa playing it smart, kicks back a little bit. Matt Field brings it in. He does exactly what he needs to do, but it's not enough to offset that mistake of Matt Field. So Chelsea Denofa did exactly what Chelsea Denofa gets the win in the pen zone. Here we go. This is a big battle right here. Rome Charpentier will lead Garage Stick. BMW, like I said, second. in E-Town. Matt Field has yet to win an event, but he currently leads the championship. Come to that first inside clip. Both of them wrap around it. Approach that first outside zone, now into the second outside zone. Rome dialing it in. See a little handbrake pull, and then looks like Matt Field center punching that second inside clip. Now coming to that final outside zone. How are they going to handle it? Rome Charpentier gets all the way out there. Matt Field comes up just a bit short. Ripping through these, obviously, each battle. Here we go, Matt Field, the beast of the Bay, out front, 777. Comes now into 104 miles per hour. He talked about that speed. He said he's down to horsepower, but right now he's absolutely tuned up into that second outside zone. Look at the angle from him. You can see nothing but Falcon tire wrapped around those forge stars. Now coming down the last outside zone. Filling all of it? Yes, he does. He rides right there. Look at Rome Charpentier. Great proximity from Rome. And he does drop a little tire, but he did not lose drift. He went and drifted across that finish line lead. He qualified 10th. Here's our one more time battle between Rome and Matt Field. Rome initiates in that first inside clip. You see Matt just barely nickel with that front left corner to that second outside zone. Both the drivers go. Let's see the angle here. Now coming into that second inside clip. Both of them zeroing in on it. Looks like Matt Field not leaving anything. Said, I'm going to hit those darn inside clips. He missed them on that first battle. Rome gets all the way into that. Here in the chase position. Matt Field's really going to need to show why he's called the Beast of the Bay and your current points leader. He's yet to have a victory this year, but would love to get on top of the box or in the conversation and stay in that conversation. Into that second outside zone. Big power, big angle. Now approaching that second inside clip. A little bit off. But big angle, Rome falling back a little bit. He needs to apply the pressure, and there goes Matt Field into it. And look at Rome, look how deep Rome is. He does waver in that chase position. Matt Field did exactly what he needed to do, not the case here. 99.4 miles per hour. Into that first inside clip goes Ken Gushi in that first outside zone. Now transitions into the second. Oh, big contact here.
That was big, Jared.
That was real big.
Doesn't look like it affected Gushi, but
Gushi continues on. But that was a really big blow, and I think it's going to be more detrimental to Matt Field, not only to his ego and his stance, but also his vehicle. That front left corner, he Y-lined it, didn't really beeline it into the door. Here we go. This is a big battle here. Matt Field sitting on that deficit, but he does have the clean air. He's going to throw down a gangster run, and Ken Gushi, he's got to play it strategic. Matt Field goes now into that second outside zone. Ken Gushi would love to play spoiler. A big straightening there by Ken Gushi. Oh, and that's going to be all she wrote.
That front left potentially was not repaired adequately for Matt Field. There could have been an issue there. The front could have been binding up. Any combination of things could have been happening there. Matt's going to be disappointed.
But that is a huge blow. Matt Field. Osbo. We'll find out what transpires again with top 16. Let's lay out and listen to our current points leader, Matt, the Beast from the Bay Field. Wet spots. What we want to see is smoke. Now, watch how much smoke gets kicked out. The Falcon tires, oh my gosh! Matt Field backs it and spins out! Matt Field spins out and hits the wall.